This is live. This is live, but no one can hear me because I didn't promote this. So if you can, hello. All right. Let me just fix my hair and get it poppin'. I'll wait to wash my hair today because the straight hair life is not for me anymore. I know everyone, my family's like, keep your straight hair. No. Oh, if anyone wants to know what I'm listening to, it's Ill Fated Natives. I just found about them today through Afropunk. And yeah, I like them. They're pretty cool so far. Right, this will have to do. Do a little thing. You can check Snapchat. There's a lot of conflict in music, so let me turn this off. It's almost done though. I'll turn it off. All right. Hello. You're probably how long ago was I doing that for? All right. But yeah, hello. Welcome to your first session of biology. I don't know if anyone sees this. Hi. This is for my friend Juliana. She's Juliana. She's trying to. I'm helping her studying for her nursing exam for biology, and since I like biology and I guess I'm all right at it, I decided to teach her. So let me just reply to this Snapchat. Sorry, I'm being weird. Probably should have made this after, but I guess I wanted to show off, so. Yeah, no shame, my game. All right, let me get off. All right, so let's see what we are learning about today. Here I can show you other screens. What is going on? Oh, I was like, what's going on? All right, so yeah, ill-fated natives. I was looking for concerts. I just found out them today. Out about them today, but you know, yeah. So, let me see. Oh, what is going on? What am I doing? Oh, Jesus. All right. Why is it not coming up? Is it coming up now? Oh, what a load. I'm so upset. No, you still can't see it. Oh, Jesus Christ almighty. Okay. Let me try this again. Nope, still not working. Oh, probably because there's no one here to screen share with. Great. This sucks. But I gotta wait a minute. No, this should still work. Okay. Sorry, technical difficulties. Oh, but I can cut the entire screen. Great. All right. So don't pay attention. Okay, great. So last time we covered this, excuse my bad Spanish, anyone who's watching this besides Juliana, porque no, no importa. Okay. Así, el próximo tiempo, el próximo, no. ¿Cómo se dice? I'm starting to forget my Spanish. All right. So last time we talked about el párrafo primero, que dice una célula es la unidad morfológica y funcional de todo ser vivo. De hecho, la célula es el elemento de menor tamaño que puede considerarse vivo. So just to go over things really quick. So basically what that means is that the cell is it's basically how it's like, how can I say it? Let me close my door because people are pretty loud. right, so basically what that means is that cells are pretty much like the building blocks of life. They're the basic, pretty much like the basic elements of life. Of course, like if you get into chemistry, you have, you know, your atoms, and even like lower than that, you have like your protons, your neutrons, and electrons. And there might be something inside of those, but I don't think either science hasn't found it or I don't know. But that's pretty irrelevant. Es irrelevante. Necesito hablar más en español. Anyways, yeah, so pretty much the cells are the building blocks of life. They carry out a ton of functions, a ton of processes that help like regulate your body, which we'll talk about in a few. They just carry out, they pretty much like, you know, they regulate your body. They just like carry out basic functions. And yeah, so just think of it as sort of like, it's very tiny part of a working machine. So of course you need those tiny parts to build the entire machine, to make up that entire machine. So as when your cells are healthy, you're healthy, and yeah. All right, so next sentence. Oh, I forgot how to say next. I really need to practice Spanish. Comata posee una membrana de fosfolípidos con permeabilidad selectiva que mantiene un medio interno altamente ordenado y diferenciado del medio externo en cuanto a su composición, sujeta a control homostático, la cual consiste en biomoléculas y algunos metales y electrolitos. All right, so like I said, I'm not going to go over this too much unless you want me to. Then I'll just like make another video. The only reason I'm not going to do it so much is because we went over it last time. So let me pull up my paint. I like paint. Pretty happy. All right. Let's expand this and make it black because it's easier to see against black things. I'll make the size pretty thick. 2 C's thick. All right, so let's see what this last one's saying. All right, the sentence that I just read, como tal poder una membrana de fosfolípidos con permeabilidad selectiva. All right, so, oops, what am I doing? All right, so like remember what I said. So let's make not a plant cell, but let's make an animal cell, which is round. I know you're gonna bash on my circle, but it doesn't matter. So here's like the outside of the membrane, and then you have things like the nucleus. I like my nucleus. Right. So you have like your nucleus, and then inside you have your nucleolus, and you know that's where the DNA is made. Or yeah, well, yeah, the DNA is made, then it exits, and RNA and transcription, translation, all that good stuff. And then you have like your endoplasmic reticulum, which helps to package Golgi bodies. Package ribosomes and not Golgi bodies. And you know, you can make the Golgi bodies here. And that's pretty much for transport. And yeah, I really need to go over my biochemistry journal. And then like over you have like a bunch of ribosomes that help like make the proteins. And all this information you probably don't need to know. If you do, then you know it's an introduction, but if not, it's okay. Let's see, what else do you have? You have like your mitochondria, which is the powerhouse of the cell. It just gives you like energy. That's where ATP or adenosine triphosphate is made. Yeah, and that's actually where a lot of metabolism is made. What else? You have your cytoplasm, which is just like the gel inside. So it's just like, yeah, it's just, you can't just, you just don't have like these floating in the cell. You have, it's like in a gel called cytoplasm. What else is in here? I really need to study. Okay, but that was besides the point. Right now we are talking about the cell membrane, which is made up of phospholipids. So let's see if I can zoom in. Oh, nope, I messed up. Resize. Okay, I'm doing too much. All right, so let's see. If we look at a tiny portion of what's going on right here. All right, so all right, so here's your cell membrane. Okay. I never said that. Anyways, so as the sheet said, you have some phospholipids, which, am I doing this right? No, I'm not. That's not what they look like. So yeah, so they're like pretty much like little circles, which just make up like they're pretty much they're like the layer outside of your skin. So that's pretty much like what your skin is made of, and of course like other things like I said before, like proteins, like transport proteins. So if you want to make a transport protein. Oh, what is going on? What is this? Why is it purple? I don't understand. All right, so yeah, there's your transport protein, and then you also have like cholesterols, which are like help for signaling and such like that. But right now we're talking about phospholipids. So phospholipids, and here's like the little tails. And I don't know if you need to know this, but phospholipids, they have, of course, two sides. So there's like the phosphorus part and the lipid part, and then so this is like the outside of the cell, and then this is like the inside of the cell. I did not show you this last time, so pay attention. Oh, why is this so hard? Let's draw more spaced out. All right, so basically, so the outside of the phospholipid bilayer, it's called the phospholipid bilayer because there's two layers. There's this side and this side. So the outside just like controls, it helps to control like what comes in and what goes out. So in the packet that you have, it says something about like elements such as like sodium and potassium and iron and things like that pretty much need to be filtered into the cell. And if you are living in a place like Flint, Michigan, there is probably lead coming into your cells, which disrupts cell metabolism. So yeah, they come through the transport protein, like for bigger things and some other things and yeah, your phospholipid bilayer or cell membrane pretty much helps to regulate how much of it comes in and how much of it comes out. So like, for example, water. And that also helps with homeostasis, which we will talk about soon. So inside of here, that's where like things that are like not waterproof or things that are like pretty, how can I say it? That will like dissolve in water go through. So for example, like this, I think so. Like I said, I really need to start studying my biology more. So this part is like hydrophilic, which means that it's okay to be in like aqueous solutions like water or I don't know what else your body would be exposed to, soda, anything, water pretty much. And the inside has they're hydrophobic, which means they can't deal with water. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah. So yeah, they have, like I said, they have selective permeability. So some things can come in and some things can come out. It really depends on how much is in your cell and how much is not in your cell, or how much your cell needs, or how much your cell needs to expel or let out. So yeah, so just know that the main purpose of the cell membrane is to not only keep the cell intact. It's kind of like the skin of your cell, just to keep like your entire body like intact, or the entire like entity, or the body intact, or cell in this case intact. And then it's also to like serve as like a gate, if you want to think about it like that. Like, so some things can come in or some things can come out. It just really depends on what your cell needs, or what the cell needs. So that leads us into, and that was called selective permeability, and that leads us into homeostasis. So homeostasis pretty much el medio interno altamente ordenado y diferenciado del medio externo en cuanto a su composición. So like I said, composition, like, just keeping everything together. I hope that's what it means. Sujeta a control homostático. So basically, if you remember from last week, or I think it was last week. Homeostasis is pretty much trying to regulate a body so that it's in sync or in equilibrium. And so what that means, let me make a new one. All right, let's see, your favorite color is purple, so I will use purple. Kind of want to use red. So what that means is that there are some, so let's say this is like the inside of your cell. I'm just gonna write in, because I feel like writing the whole thing, that's too quick. So we'll do it. And out. All right, so I'll make it red. All right, so I don't like that. What's this, brown? Whatever. So let's see. Circle. All right, so let's say on the outside of your cell you have like, you know, some things. I'll give you like a real life situation. So let's say this is salt, and then surrounding it is like some water. Oh, sugar. Oh my gosh. Okay. So let's say you have some water. This let's pretend like this is water. Yeah, because there has to be water in your body. I don't know how that line came about. All right, and let's say you have, how's this going? Okay, so like let's say that you're thirsty, and that means, or your body needs some like hydration. So pretty much you need to regulate. It's pretty much like for cellular homeostasis, it's pretty much just, like I said, it is regulating salt, but it's talking about like water, like regulating water in this case. So let's see, so you just have like what the hell? All right, so you just have like a little bit of stuff. This is supposed to be the same color. I'm sorry that it's not. Just pretend that it is. All right, so okay. So you have the water. So there's a bunch of water here and a bunch of water here. However, you're not talking. I'm sorry. I'm so discombobulated. So there's more of the substance, which it's all supposed to be the same substance. I wonder if I can change this. Whatever, pretend like they're the same color. So you have more on this side than this side, and that means homeostasis means that it needs to have some kind of equilibrium. So let's say that there's like more of this than, let me see. Of course not. So yeah, so since there's more of this than this, some this, keep on saying this, these cells are going to have to, I don't know what they're called, it needs to be more bold. So these cells are going to have to come over here. That way it can be like an equal amount on each, so that your internal or the inside of the cell, it has the same pressure and the same soluble or solutes as it would outside. Solutes are pretty much like substances, especially since like your body's pretty much like a bunch of chemical reactions happening. So solutes and solvents and all that other stuff. But you don't really need to know that. So yeah, so pretty much homeostasis means having your internal environment match the outside of the environment. That's just pretty much how like cells stay in homeostasis. Also, homeostasis can mean trying to reach pretty much whatever it takes to survive in an environment. So for example, humans, like when it's hot outside, they'll start to sweat, so that like cools their body down. That's an example of homeostasis. As well, yeah, that's like an example of homeostasis. Or like in the winter when humans are when people shiver, the reason why that happens is because like they're trying to shake a little, which sort of like gives off energy, which translates to heat, and yeah, it just helps the person out. yeah, so I guess we can start talking about homeostasis for let's see, homeostasis for in regards to like electrolytes. All right. So as I said before, homeostasis, I've said this 100 times, homeostasis deals with the regulation of water or any kind of substance so that you are pretty much, so you can survive or you can survive in any environment, and so that you're like in sync with the other, with like your external environment, which pretty much is the whole basis of survival. Anyway, so in regards to solutes, so most solutes are going to be sodium or sodio, and potassium or potassio, which are symbolized as Na or K. Is it K? I think so. Anyways, other solutes or electrolytes. Yeah, mostly it's just going to be like sodium and potassium, or sometimes like chlorine. So like you can make potassium or sodium chloride, potassium chloride. That's kind of dangerous. But anyways, actually, I know it's used for dialysis, but other than that, all right. So why you need, so basically your body cannot just have a ton of water. Cells can't just like have like a shit ton of water like coming into it, like the blue denotes water. So yeah, you just can't have a bunch of water coming into your cell, because then it'll like burst, or if you don't have like a lot of water, then it will like become plasmolized or just like dry out. So how this works, see what's a good color for science. This is so hard. Okay. I don't know if I like that either. Just get on with it. Oh wait, that's too blue. Orange? Yellow. All right. So no, that doesn't match. All right. So whatever. Anyways, so let's see. So pretty much just think of electrolytes as, it's not exactly salts though. It's just pretty much to regulate. It helps to regulate homeostasis. So how this works is that, let's say you are dehydrated. So if you're dehydrated, that means that you have that means you don't have enough water in your cell. So that means that there's like a shit ton of like salt and like crap and stuff like outside of your body. Why am I talking like this? And let me see. Yeah, so there's a bunch of salt outside of your body, and since there's like a lot of water inside of your cell, is this the same color? Yeah. So since there's like a bunch of water outside of your cell, your body is kind of trying to reach equilibrium, or like not, well, homeostasis. Don't think of, okay, homeostasis is a type of equilibrium, but if it's going, okay, homeostasis is pretty much for survival. It's like trying to maintain, it's maintaining a certain status where your survival is like at the utmost, like it's like basically the reason why homeostasis is happens is so an organism can have to maintain survival. So maintain survival in a certain environment. So if there's like a bunch of salt outside of your body, like that's not really maintaining homeostasis, because it's not in like your best. That's not like, you wouldn't want to, of course you wouldn't like want to be dehydrated. It's not like your best it's not, I don't know why I can't think. It's not your best mode. You're trying to be at like your optimal stage. So yeah, so this isn't technically homeostasis. It's just like more about equilibrium. And I think it's important to mention that your phospholipid bilayer does come into place here, because like the phospholipid bilayer has selective membrane, and it also controls water. Water goes into and out of the cell depending on how much salt is inside the cell, or how much salt, or so I say salt or salt is outside of the cell. I say salt, it's not exactly like table salt, but just like any kind of like electrolytes or solvents or any kind of like substance. So in this case where there's like a bunch of solutes outside of the cell, your water will start to, oops, the water will start to go out so it can get some kind of equilibrium. And once all of your cells are doing this, they're becoming dry. They're not going to function as well because, of course, cells need like water, that water for like lubrication and to like produce in the mitochondria. No, maybe that's not right. You don't need to know it anyways. I was gonna say something about like the mitochondria and like the whole process, the whole like metabolism of like producing ATP. But yeah, you do need water to like carry out all those basic functions in life. So when you're dehydrated, you know, things just start, it just goes to shit. I think, I'm not really sure, but since all the water is coming out, I think that's why you start to have like more diarrhea, because it gets added to like your bowel movement. But I'm not entirely sure, so don't listen to me. All right, so yeah, so your cells become like dry and wrinkly and nasty, and instead of, so it goes from like this to that, very nasty. All right, and then when the opposite happens, I'm not going to draw a whole other diagram, but if there's like a lot of, let's make the solutes a different color. Let's make them yellow. So if you have like a shit ton of like, excuse me, if you have like a bunch of solutes in here, then that means you have, I think I forgot to mention this last time, since there's like a bunch of solutes out here, there's not so much water. I mean, of course, since it's outside of the cell, there's going to be like a lot of water, and like in comparison, or like in respect to the water in here. I mean, of course, there's going to be a lot of water outside of here, but just like relatively speaking, there's more solutes to water than solutes to water here. So if there's like a lot of solutes in here, that means there's less water. So in the end, so the outside of the cell will have to have some water coming in to sort of regulate that ratio and keep like the ratios pretty much in check, which that would be that would pretty much be homeostasis. I guess in regards to what I said before, not to confuse you, but the only way that the other, when cell water is going out, that can be homeostasis, is that if you have like too much water in your cells, where your cells are like on the verge of bursting, then like that's in your best interest, that's in your body's best interest to, expel some water, and so like eat some more salt and stuff like that. So yeah, so it's important to like have that sort of like regular flow, and so like urinate a lot and things like that. So I'm back. So let's see what else is on here. So that was just like what we talked about before. Yeah, metals and metal is just I guess like potassium and sodium can be not really chlorine, but potassium and sodium can be considered a metal just because they're considered alkali metals. They're on like the first period of the periodic table. Don't know if you need to know that, but it's always good to know things. All right, next question, or next frase. La estructura se automantiene activamente mediante el metabolismo, asegurándose la coordinación de todos los elementos celulares y su perpetuación por replicación a través de un genoma codificado por ácido nucleosos. La parte de la biología que se ocupa de ella es la citología. Okay. And that part of the library is la citología. All right, so I think the last sentence was talking about like women and ideology. That's like pretty much like smearing something to figure out the genes of like your baby, and I'm not really sure how that works, so I guess you can always look it up like cytology, but it's just like showing like how your baby, like the genes that your baby may have, like I think, I'm not sure, let me look it up if it's the karyotype, just because I'm pretty interested. The branch of biology concerned with the structure and function of plant and animal cells. Never mind. But you can still use it to like find out different things. So if you want to like find the if any cells are dysfunctioning, that's cancer. All right. So what did I say? La estructura se automantiene activamente mediante el metabolismo. So yeah, that's pretty much like talking about the same thing. This like, you know, just having like a balance helps to just helps to actively maintain like metabolisms. Azucarándose, from what I learned in Spanish, I think that means security. Coordination of all the elements, the cellular elements, and the okay. It's talking about like replication a través de un genoma codificado por ácidos nucleicos. I really don't know if you need to know about cell replication and DNA replication. If you do, I'm trying to figure out if I should explain this right now. I should probably read up on that. Okay. So I'm just like looking through to see how much. I know exactly what I need to do. I need to brush up on this, so I'm not spewing wrong information. I wasn't spewing wrong information before, but just so I know what I'm talking about, so you know what you're talking about. All right, so moving on to clasificación. So le dice que de este modo puede clasificarse a los organismos vivos según el número de células que poseían. Si solo tienen una, se las denomina unicelulares, como pueden ser los protozoos o las bacterias, organismos microscópicos. Si poseían más, se les llama pluricelulares. All right, so basically what that means is pretty simple, that there's organisms that only have like one cell, and organisms that have like a ton of cells that are like, you know, a lot of plural cells, or you know, they have more than one cell. So basically what it means, like when what should I call it, when an organism has one cell or is unicellular, is that they're pretty simple, to be honest. They're just like bacteria. Bacteria, I was like protozoa. Protozoa. Just like, yeah, just organisms like that. Usually they're really, really small. They're like, you have to look under like a microscope to see them. Very like microorganismic. Just remember that they are very, very simple. Usually they just have like, I don't know, like a mitochondria, a few ribosomes, nucleus as well. They're very, very simple. Whereas organisms that are multicellular, or have like, you know, more than one cell, they're more advanced. So like animals, plants, bugs, insects, fish, amphibians. They pretty much everything else is everything is multicellular except for like bacteria. All right. All right. So existen dos grandes tipos celulares, los procariotas y las eucariotas. So pretty much divididas tradicionalmente en animales y vegetales, y bien se incluyen antenas, hongos y protistas, que también tienen células con propiedades características. All right, so pretty much there's two types of cells. There's prokaryote, or two types of, things that have T cells, or organisms. And so there's like prokaryotes, and then there's eukaryotes. Prokaryotes are pretty much unicellular. They're like very basic. I really need to read up on this because I kind of forgot. And eukaryotes, which are just like animals and plants, and protists, which are just like I'm gonna say what protists are. I think they got added to like the fungi or the fungus family, but yeah, they're not plants, but they're also not fungi because they're not decomposers. But yeah, fungi. Yeah. So I think for so I cannot believe I forgot this. Used to be so good. So sad. So yeah, prokaryotes actually lack a nucleus, so don't pay attention to what I said with bacteria having yeah, actually, bacteria can't have a nucleus because in the nucleus contains a nucleolus, which contains like DNA that helps it replicate. And since these organisms are unicellular, they only have like they can't replicate since they're only like one cell. Yeah, in fact, let me look up. I'm gonna look at this website. Oh, and it has a quiz. It has a good video and it'll explain. So I'll send that to you right now. Actually, let me see if I can send you some more things. No, I think I explained everything to you about the first like definition. So yeah, I sent you a link about two different about prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Características. Oh, you do get into like gene expression. Great. No, I'm saying like great. It's like I think it's important to know. Oh shit. So I was supposed to do that all week, but like I said, I was really out of it. So I think we can end it here. And then after that, we can talk about like cell structure. So after this, so características las células como sistemas termodinámicos complejos. Sorry, I'm just like, whoa, thermodynamics. Sistemas termodinámicos complejos poseen una serie de elementos estructurales y funcionales comunes que posibilitan su supervivencia. No obstante, los distintos tipos celulares presentan modificaciones de estas características comunes que permiten su especialización funcional y por ello la ganancia de... What the hell am I reading? Okay, so they structural elements and functions. Okay. Okay, I'm not really sure what I just read. I just like the Spanish of it, I don't understand. From what I think it's saying that each cell has different structures that do different things, and they all pretty much like make up the requisites for like what the hell? This is thermodynamics. I really need to read over this. I'm so sorry. I promise I will be doing this tonight. Yeah. All right. So let me end this now before I embarrass myself even more. And I hope it helps.